Hey guys, welcome back to another Docker tutorial. So in today's video, we are going to explore the complete journey of a Docker container starting from build, tag, and then push the Docker image to the Docker Hub. In the second part of this video, we'll also learn how to run a container using uploaded image and launch a web app with a simple Docker command. While this might sound like a straightforward process, it can actually be quite tricky, especially when you're pushing the image to a specific repository on the Docker Hub. So don't worry, we'll guide you through the step-by-step approach to avoid any errors and make this entire process super easy for you. So first thing first, we need to create an account on the Docker Hub. To do this, head over to hub.docker.com and create a free account. You will need to provide your username, password and email address for account verification. Keep in mind that even if you provide a mix of upper and lowercase letters in your username, your ID will be always in the lowercase letters. And so remember to use the same ID when you are pushing this image to Docker Hub. So once you have created your account, you can create a repository where you will push your Docker image. This is entirely optional, but it's a good way to organize your images into a specific repositories. So to create a repository, choose a name that will all in lowercase and give a short description. And you can also decide whether you want a repository to be a public or a private. So that's all we need to do on the Docker Hub page for now. Okay, now let's open the Docker terminal in our local machine. In my case, I'm using VS Code. And if you check the Docker terminal, you'll see that we don't have any images at the moment. So we are going to build a Docker image using a Docker file. So if you have watched my previous videos on this channel, you might have recognized the Docker file we are going to use. This is the one we have used to Dockerize a Node.js application with 2 Node.js servers and Nginx load balancer. If you haven't seen that yet, I'll put a link to it here. So in this Docker file, we are using a Node.js base image. Then we'll be moving the worker directly to the app since we have a custom web application running there. Finally, we are exposing the service on port 5001, and that's pretty much we have on this Docker file. Next, we'll run the docker build command without tag, and we'll add the tag in the next step. As you know, Docker build process can take some time. We'll fast forward through this step. After the build process is complete, we'll run the docker image ls command to see the list of images on our local machine. We should see the base node image and the new image without a tag or repository informations. In the next step, we'll learn how to use this image and push to the Docker Hub. To tag this image, we need to use a specific format. The command will be docker tag followed by the image ID, which will start from 5191 here. Then your Docker Hub username / the name of the repository we have created. Then colon and finally put the tag name. We will call node_latest. The command seems to be long, but it will become handy with practice. After tagging this image, we'll run a docker image command again to confirm that the new tag has been added to our Docker image. Next, we'll authenticate with the Docker Hub using our credentials. To do this, we'll use a docker login command which prompts us for the Docker registry username and password. Once we enter our credentials, Docker Hub validates them and generate an access token which is stored in the config.json file in the Docker directory. After successful authentication, we'll see a login succeed in our Docker CLI. Next comes to the important command where we are ready to push our image to the Docker Hub. To do this, we can use docker push command, then copy paste the repository name and mention the tag, in this case node_latest. During the push, we will see different layers of images are being uploaded to the Docker Hub. Once the push is successful, we will see SHA-256 key is displayed on the screen. We can also verify this by going to the Docker Hub page inside our repository. After refreshing the page, we can see that node_latest image was uploaded few seconds ago. So we are ready to go and we are successfully pushed our image to the repository. Next, we'll see if we can pull the image and run a container in our Docker terminal. To do this, let's first delete any images we have in our local repository using the command of docker rmi followed by the docker image ls. This will delete all the images in our local repository. Next, let's run the docker image ls command again to confirm we don't have any Docker images locally. Now we'll run the application with the docker command. The command is docker run -p to publish the application from the exposed port of 5001 to TCP/80 which is the standard HTTP port, followed by your Docker Hub login and repo tag details. So after running this command, Docker CLI will search the local repo. Since it cannot find an image locally, it will go ahead and pull the image from the repo we have just created. Finally, we will see that the newer image has been downloaded successfully and the server is up and running on the port 5001. This is the custom message that we have created while building the image. Now let's open the browser and see if we can launch our application. My machine IP is 192.168.0.225 and we don't need to mention any port because we have already published the web app on the standard HTTP port. We can see that the page has been loaded successfully, which is great. If you are watching my channel first time, please subscribe. If you think my content makes sense, please like and share with others so that it can reach the maximum number of people. Finally, we'll run the docker ps command to see the running container status. That's pretty much I want to cover in this video. I hope it is informative. We'll see you in the next video with some more interesting topics.